Now on Nightside, the Zags hang on to beat Seattle U in a game that went to overtime. The big plays that secured the win for GU.
I am tracking several rounds of wet weather on the way. I'll help you plan your weekend and let you know when we might expect some snow.
And as a 95% nicotine tax takes effect in Washington, many are heading to Idaho to stock up on product. What Idaho businesses are doing to keep up with the demand. You're watching 4 News Now, Nightside. Well, fans in the kennel were hyped up tonight as Gonzaga men put their winning streak on the line against Seattle U. Thanks for staying up with us tonight. I'm Derek Dice alongside sports director Jack Wallace. And Jack, the Zags got all they could handle from the Redhawks tonight.
We previewed tonight that Seattle U has one of the best defenses in all of college basketball, but their offense caught fire early tonight, too. Seattle U leads the WCC in blocks and steals. They're one of the best perimeter defending teams in the conference. After a quick Zags 7-0 lead, the Redhawks came soaring in. John Christophoulos wide open, knocking down the three. He helped Seattle U to a 17-1 run. They're up 8 at the half. To the second, Zags trying to crawl back into this, trailing by 10 most of the game. Braden Smith opened the corner, drilling in a rare B. Smith 3-point shot, and it falls. Redhawks up 7. Former Zag Jun Suk-yo loses the ball, and Graham Ike recovers. Look at this circus shot. Incredible. Seattle U back up double digits. 6 to go. B. Smith to Ike inside. Easy 2 brings the Zags deficit down to 6. Not long after, it's Smith to Ike again. Hit as the shot falls. It's an and one 4-point game. Zags managed to tie with free throws, send it to overtime. Now it's tie-in time. There's the first big shot. Zags lead by 2. Another big drive. Punk fake, and he's going to take it right under the rim. GU extending their lead. Ty and Grant Foster explodes for 8 in overtime. He helps lead the Zags to an 80-72 win, and he spoke post-game in the closeout in the final period.
Really just breakdowns and what we do in practice. Driving to the rim, shot faking, they jump in the air and just go up and finish the layup. You can't punt at the rim, you know, and I feel like it was 2 plays. I think we ran horns 4, I think, and then I got to the rim and pump faked and made the layup. So I would just say that's it, you know, just sticking to what we worked on in practice.
Gonzaga continues its flurry of consecutive games with hosting the Loyola Marymount Lions this Sunday. And we check in on those Lions tonight as they face Washington State and Pullman. One heck of a game there. Plus, we have the Zags and Cougs women's in their respective road games. All that's coming up later on in sports. Derek, back to you.
All right, Jack, thank you. It has been just 1 day since Washington's 95% tax on nicotine products has gone into effect. The tax has nearly doubled the price of items like vapes and nicotine pouches, and it sent many customers over to Idaho, where they can purchase these items for much cheaper. Several smoke shops along the state line have seen a significant uptick in customers in the days leading up to this tax being implemented.
I had a customer yesterday, buy 15 rolls because he was afraid that we were going to raise our prices, and we told him we're not going to. But he said he'll be here every week now to buy his product.
Now, one smoke shop says it's seen customers come from as far as Wenatchee for these products. Since many of them are buying in bulk, the stores say they've stocked up on all of these types of products. It's been 2 months since Spokane cracked down on public camping with a tougher ordinance. Now, business owners and property managers say positive results are already visible. The new ordinance gives officers the authority to offer 2 options to people camping in public: either accept treatment or receive a citation. Spokane police data shows 268 people have been cited under this new law. Business owners and property managers say the change is making a difference in their daily operations.
So the police have been, their presence has been a lot more, which is really helpful. And they're eager to help move things along for our side as well as for the people on the street.
Kathy Castillo owns the Tuxedo Gallery on 2nd Avenue. We've previously covered how crime outside of her business has been a long-time struggle. But while the problem isn't necessarily solved, she believes the new regulations are helping make Spokane cleaner and safer. A janitor for the Pullman School District who was arrested on child rape charges is now on leave and forbidden from accessing school property. Eric Robbins was arrested earlier this week. A child told investigators Robbins sexually assaulted them over a period of several years. Robbins went before a judge on Wednesday, and his bond was set at $200,000. As of this morning, he's still in jail. In a letter sent to families this week, Pullman Schools says, "We recognize that news like this can be unsettling. If your your child has questions or concerns, our school counselors and administrative team are able to provide support. Shifting gears to weather now. Last night's rain and snow throughout much of the region stuck around overnight. Kirsten O'Connor and one of our photographers were up near Green Bluff today and shot this video. As you can see, still plenty of snow on the ground there, as well as some fog. And several snow removal companies were out on the streets shoveling sidewalks and clearing parking lots before businesses open for the day. These companies say it's been a slow year for snow removal so far, and 2 years before that were slow as well. But they're doing their best to find work in other areas like remodeling or landscaping. Jerry Olenek owns All the Elements, a landscaping and snow removal company. He says he tries to take advantage of any opportunity to do snow removal.
It's been a rough year so far as snow, but there's lots of money out there with snow removal if it actually snows.
Now, until the next snow falls, Olenek says he'll be working on remodeling projects around the city, like installing drywall to make money. Chief Meteorologist Chris Crocker joins us now and looking ahead to this weekend. Probably not going to see a lot of snow, but we will see a lot of rain.
Yes, and all rain down in most of the valley locations. There is some snow in the 7-day, which I'll talk about later, but right now we have a band of rain moving through Spokane. There are a few pockets where we're getting reports of some very light freezing drizzle. It is light precipitation right now, but there's more to come. But even so, there are winter weather advisories for the areas shaded in purple on your screen through tomorrow morning because of the slick roads that may result from that light freezing precipitation. We're in the 40s in Lewiston and Pullman, 38 in St. Mary's, and we'll be holding steady just above freezing in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene overnight, and eventually we'll be warming up all the way to the Canadian border tomorrow. We also are dealing with some areas of dense fog around the area, especially in the usual spots out on the West Plains where visibility is still less than a quarter mile. However, things are starting to improve from earlier this evening. Hour by hour, your Saturday forecast, 34 degrees to start the day. A very good chance of rain through the morning, 38 by 10 o'clock. We'll keep that rain going steadily through about noon, 42 at noon, and then it will taper off to more hit and miss showers. Have your 4 News Now First Alert weather app handy so you can track those showers on radar and find out where you're going to get the breaks where you live, but it most likely will be in the afternoon and evening before the next round of wet weather moves in. It's going to be even warmer the second half of the weekend, but I did mention snow. I'll tell you all about that a little bit later in the broadcast, Derek.
All right, we'll look forward to that. In North Carolina, the Department of Justice says it stopped a terror attack from taking place on New Year's Eve. The DOJ saying 18-year-old Christian Sturdivant was planning to use knives and hammers to carry out an attack in support of ISIS. Federal prosecutors say they believe he was targeting a grocery store because there would be a lot of people. The FBI says it first started investigating Sturdivant when he was just 14 years old. According to court documents, in 2022, he was accused of communicating with an alleged member of ISIS who encouraged him to attack his neighbor. He was almost out the door to do it when he was stopped by his grandfather. He was never charged for that incident.
If your child, relative, friend, or neighbor is sliding into a dangerous ideology, you'll be the first to see it. And together we can stop it.
Sturdivant was arrested on New Year's Eve, the same day he was planning the attack. He made his first appearance in court this morning. In Switzerland, new details in that deadly fire that killed 40 people and left over 100 injured in a New Year's celebration. Investigators sharing what they believe started the fire. ABC's Olivia Rubin has the details.
Today, investigators saying they believe sparklers likely started that tragic fire inside a Swiss bar during a New Year's Eve celebration. Videos showing the inferno starting inside, the ceiling bursting into flames in the crowded bar. You can hear people screaming as they try to escape. Victoria was one of the lucky ones able to escape the bar. She says just before the flames erupted, she saw giant sparklers being carried out alongside bottles of champagne.
So there was a server that was on the shoulders of another one. And so she was holding the champagne way too high, and so it went on the ceiling.
Multiple witnesses mentioning those sparklers, similar to the ones seen here in a promotional video previously posted by the bar. Mourners now gathering at the Crans Montana Resort in the Swiss Alps to pay their respects and lay flowers at the site.
And just like, I can't believe that all this happened. It's very terrifying. It's shocking. Like, I don't know how to feel. My heart is broken, literally.
And this tragedy being felt beyond Switzerland, the victims coming from a number of different countries. So far, no Americans are known to have been among those killed or injured. Olivia Rubin, ABC News, New York.
Still to come, meet Katie Wilson, the newest mayor of Seattle. And later, do you need your caffeine fix and a bouquet for someone special? One Valley shop handles both. We'll take you inside Bluebird's cottage and meet the owner behind this creative concept. And wet weather set to return this week. We'll get you prepared next on Nightside.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
Opportunity everywhere with so much on the line.
You expect more from local news. 4 News Now delivers. We're doing the work, listening to you, asking questions, and getting the answers you need to help keep your family safe. It's what we mean when we say, expect more on 4 News Now.
Fred Meyer always gives you more ways to save, like low prices in every aisle. Plus, you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the app and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. Discover more ways to save big. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
Walker's Furniture must sell all 2025 inventory immediately. And this New Year's, get big store-wide discounts up to 70% off or 0 interest until 2031. This New Year's Eve through Monday at Walker's.
This year, commit to fit and don't wish for it, work for it at Move Fitness.
Whether you're starting from the beginning or just wanting better results, Move Fitness has what you need to get the job done.
The best time to get the biggest year-end savings on used vehicles is this week at Finley Honda Spokane during the year-end closeout, where you can delay payments plus get extra money for your trade-in.
Better selection, bigger savings, locally owned.
One call, that's all, means we take care of everything after your car wreck.
From dealing with insurance companies to helping you find doctors and repair shops,
Craig Swap and Associates made the whole process so easy.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
Fred Meyer always gives you more ways to save, like low prices in every aisle. Plus, you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the app and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. Discover more ways to save big. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
It's time to go see my good pal Jimmy Kimmel.
Kimmel's all new.
Finally, some good news.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Jimmy Kimmel. What was your real name?
James Christian Kimmel. You think this is a name I chose?
Jimmy Kimmel Live, new weeknights on ABC. Sign up for the 4 News Now playbook at KXLY.com.
Welcome back to Nightside. Check out this video from Citrus County, Florida, where our producer Alicia is from. A recent cold snap had manatees swimming for warmer water, so they flocked to Three Sisters Springs for refuge and had a cuddle party to stay warm. You can see them there. And here's a fun fact. Due to their lack of thick blubber and a slow metabolism, manatees have a low tolerance for cold water. Now, manatees typically need temperatures to be at about above 68 degrees, so safe to say they wouldn't care for our current temps here. There are no polar plunges for any of the manatees.
Oh my goodness, isn't that cute? A cuddle party. That is darling. You might need to do that yourself if you're outside. It is going to be a cold rain, but not snow. 33 degrees right now in Spokane, 34 in Coeur d'Alene. Rain reported in both locations. Right now it's just a very light drizzle. There are still some pockets where you may run into some freezing drizzle yet tonight, so watch for icy spots. 4 things to know, but it is going to be a warm, wet weekend. We are sending temperatures up 10 degrees above average tomorrow, even warmer on Sunday. But then there's some changes coming next week, and that does involve some snow. Taking a look at our forecast radar, light rain moving out of the region. We'll get a break from the wet weather for a little bit overnight, but by 7 o'clock tomorrow morning, we're going to see more steady, sustained and substantial rain. And then we're going to start to see rain even in the northern valleys as that warmer air makes its way to the Canadian border. A break around noon with just some hit and miss showers, and then it'll be off and on through the afternoon. Here's 7 o'clock with the next round of wet weather coming in overnight into Sunday morning. Here is 7 a.m. Sunday with more steady precipitation and quite high snow levels. Then we begin to dry out, and a good chunk of Sunday should be dry across the region. Precipitation totals between now and Sunday at 5 o'clock will be especially impressive through North Idaho, the central panhandle, down on the Palouse, but still over 1/4 of an inch in Spokane, Colville, and rain throughout the entire region with fairly high snow levels. Tomorrow, about 6,000 feet, if not a little bit higher. It will start to drop because when we get the precipitation on Sunday, it will be earlier in the day. So 4,500 feet would be optimistic, and then it really drops, and we could be seeing some snow down in the valleys Monday night into Tuesday morning, and there'll be additional opportunities in the 7-day forecast. So it's rain this weekend, highs in the 40s, overnight lows above freezing. Monday, a high of 41, but then we've got some colder air coming in Monday night and a system dropping down out of Canada that gives us a chance for some snow. High of only 36 Tuesday, little more snow here and there Wednesday, and another chance on Thursday. So snow enthusiasts, at least in the mountains, will have some good stuff happening. Speaking of which, what a stunning sky and a stunning lift. That's from Brent Clark. And of course, Eagle Peak at Lookout Pass, which is an amazing place to ski. So fingers crossed for feet of snow by this time next week, Derek.
All right, Chris. In Seattle, the city's newest mayor, Katie Wilson, was sworn in today. During her inauguration speech, Wilson shared her vision for the city, including addressing the affordability and housing crisis.
So when we fight for affordable housing and childcare, it is not just about solving the math problem of how to make your household's revenue exceed its expenses.
Wilson is the third woman and youngest person in a generation to lead the Pacific Northwest's largest city. Still to come, college teams aren't the only ones who took to the court tonight. We have plenty of high school basketball highlights to share with you coming up later in sports.
Later tonight on Nightline, Khloe Kardashian, among many making celibacy confessions, could no sex one day lead to better sex? Plus, why Demi Lovato says her latest chapter is all about having fun.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
It's a great time to buy, great time for traditions.
It's like loading up a Ford SUV and going to Grandma's house.
Hitting the slopes in a built wild Bronco.
Or making the big delivery with Ford F-Series.
Does it come in red?
I'm Chad Young from theeasyhomebuyer.com, Spokane and Coeur d'Alene's easiest way to sell your house fast. If you have a few moments, I hope you'll give me the opportunity to make you an instant cash offer on your home.
Call the Easy Home Buyer.
Winter's creeping in. Is your heating system ready for the challenge ahead? Don't let an unexpected equipment failure or high energy bills impact your comfort this holiday season. At Bills, our comprehensive maintenance can discover problems before they start, giving you peace of mind to focus on what matters most. For a limited time, you can schedule a tune-up for only $59. Call us at 208-777-5528 and schedule today.
Walker's Furniture must sell all 2025 inventory immediately with mattress discounts up to $700 off and big store-wide savings up to 70% off or 0 interest until 2031. This New Year's Eve through Monday at Walker's.
It's time for football. Ready to pony up for streaming? For Thursday games, that's on Prime. For Christmas Day football, do you have Netflix? Want to watch your team on the road? Do you have YouTube TV? Cha-ching, you might shell out $50 a month, and that's just the beginning. Good thing we have local TV stations bringing us games for free. Live, local, things you love. Text TV to 39179 and let's keep football free.
It's a great time to buy, great time for traditions.
It's like loading up a Ford SUV and going to Grandma's house.
Hitting the slopes in a built wild Bronco.
Or making the big delivery with Ford F-Series.
Does it come in red?
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com.
Welcome back. If you're looking for a new coffee shop, you can try out Bluebird's Cottage in the Valley. It's in a converted house that used to be home to Mangrove Cafe and Bakery. It features coffee from Santa Cruz Coffee Roasting in California and baked goods from Spokane's Sweet Dreams Bakery. It also has a fun twist. At Bluebird's, you can purchase a floral arrangement or build your own bouquet. Owner James Horn says the idea came from a friend.
I had always just done my own arrangements, and one of my good friends actually suggested it. She's like, you really need to add that to your coffee shop and make it unique.
Bluebird's Cottage is located a half a block off of Sprague on Bowdish. It is open 7 days a week. As winter sets in, most people are putting their bikes away until spring, but there's one dedicated group of cyclists who are preparing to hit the trails even when they're covered in snow. In this week's Air 4 Adventure, we're showing you how they carve through Canfield Mountain outside of Coeur d'Alene.
We're out here fat biking on Canfield Mountain. I got a ton of snow the last few days, so I'm gonna go see what we can do. So this is part of its Forest Service property, and it's been a recreational area for forever. Fat biking is basically modified mountain bikes. They're built around really big tires, so that allows you to ride on top of groomed snow or somewhat packed snow. Feels like single track in the summertime, but you're in the middle of winter, cruising down a snowy, beautiful snowy trail. When it gets this deep, sometimes it gets really tough. But it is always fun to be out in the snow. And so certain trails are better for deep snow than others. It's safe to say that it's always a lot of work, but it's fun work. Most bike shops will have 1 or 2 demo bikes or rentals. I know we do a Vertical Earth, and I'm pretty sure all the other bike shops around do. It is a little different skill riding a fat bike. You have to just drop the tire pressure down to the point where you can ride on the snow. It's so beautiful up there. You get up there on top of the mountain and get just the huge vistas. And yeah, it can be really nice.
Looks pretty awesome. But if biking in the snow isn't your thing, how about jumping into the icy waters of the Spokane River? You can take part in Special Olympics Idaho's Polar Plunge fundraiser on February 7th at the Red Lion Templins Hotel in Post Falls. The event is in partnership with the Kootenai County Sheriff's Office and helps support Special Olympics athletic competitions, sports training, and health incentives. So there you go, Jack. Maybe you'd raise some money and go jump in the icy cold river.
I would not do too hot in a very cold river. No.
All right, the Seahawks are less than a day away from a huge Week 18 rematch.
They face arch rival San Francisco with the top spot in the playoffs on the line. We have one final preview coming up next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Opportunity everywhere with so much on the line. Opportunity everywhere with so much on the line.
I'm coming in fast. First place, you coming in last. I'm hitting that gas. I'm hitting that. Rule number 1, never be number 2. Got the candy apple loops, hit the gas, now boom. Now you gotta watch while I win. I'm coming in fast. First place, you coming in last. I'm hitting that gas. I'm hitting that gas.
This is as good as it gets.
So you only check it twice?
Nissan tests every model thousands of times. No wonder we're J.D. Power's #1 in new vehicle quality.
Hurry, holiday savings end January 5th at the Nissan year-end event. Get 0% APR on select SUVs for well-qualified buyers.
Want to change a life? Start with a wagging tail. Guide Dog Foundation is looking for volunteer puppy raisers. Everyday heroes who teach basic skills, give lots of love, and prepare future guide dogs for a lifetime of service. No experience needed, just time, patience, and heart. Before they can guide, they need you by their side. Visit raiseapuppy.org to learn more.
When you're in a car wreck, we're not just here to fight for you. We're here as a family. At Craig Swamp & Associates, we treat every client like one of our own.
We're not just a business, we're a family.
When I reached out to Craig Swamp & Associates, it felt like I was talking to family. They got started right away. They made sure I received everything I was owed.
Call Craig Swamp & Associates and let us show you what it means to be treated like family. Just one call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
So you only check it twice?
Nissan tests every model thousands of times.
No wonder we're J.D. Power's #1 in new vehicle quality.
Hurry, holiday savings end January 5th at the Nissan year-end event. Get 0% APR on select SUVs for well-qualified buyers.
24 hours away from one of their biggest regular season games ever as they travel to the San Francisco 49ers for the NFC West title and home field advantage as the conference's top seed. And Seattle should be pretty hungry for revenge after dropping that Week 1 home game to the Niners by 4 in a game they really should have won. Since then, the Seahawks have put up an impressive 13-3 record, and quarterback Sam Darnold spoke this week about how efficiently playing complementary football.
That's something that we're all chasing, is for all three phases to play really, really good football 4 quarters. But if not, we understand that, all 3 phases are going to have each other's backs. And I think that's what makes a good team. That's what makes a resilient team as well.
The Hawks and Niners kick off at Levi's Stadium tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Make sure to watch the game right here on ABC. We have a special edition for News Now following the game. And quite the scare tonight for Gonzaga, which is 2 games in a row saying that. They clutch out a 13-point comeback against the Seattle U Redhawks, 80-72 in overtime to keep their home record unblemished. The Zags trio of Ty and Grant Foster, Braden Huff, and Graham Ike put together tremendous performances on both ends of the floor. Huff leading scorers of 28, Ike dominant in the second half, and Grant Foster carrying in overtime with 8 points across those 5 minutes. Gonzaga 6 at home for a Sunday battle with LMU, tip-off at 6 p.m. back in the Kennel. Gonzaga women's hoops faced very little resistance today at Seattle U. They clobbered the Redhawks 85-59 to open WCC at 3-0. Lauren Whitaker led the Zags with 16 points and 10 rebounds, her 4th double-double in her last 5 games. And Gonzaga also had arguably their best start of the season with a 28-9 first quarter. The Zags never trailed in the game, and next they stay on the road for a trip to the Santa Clara Broncos Sunday, which should be one of the toughest games in conference play this year. After suffering a 15-2 early deficit, the Washington State Cougars roared back to a comeback win of their own, beating the Loyola Marymount Lions 78-76, winning now 4 of their last 5 games. Freshman Ace Glass shook off a poor first half to score 16 on 70% from the field, plus a clutch and one that helped seal the win late. And Richards Favors scorched the perimeter tonight, hitting 5 of 9 3-point attempts and a 17-point night, led the Cougs. Wazoo shot excellently as a team, over 50% from the field, 40% from 3, and over 90% from the line. And now they come to Spokane Arena next on Sunday against the Oregon State Beavers. Tough evening for the Washington State women's basketball team, though. They fall to 2-14 after a 62-49 loss at the defending WCC regular season champs, the Portland Pilots. The Cougs trailed by only 2 at halftime, but 25 turnovers compared to just 8 assists doomed the Cougs to their second conference loss. And Malia Rude paced WSU with 14 points, shooting an impressive 6 for 10 from the field. And Wazoo gets perhaps some reprieve next up. They play at those last-place Seattle U Redhawks on Sunday afternoon. Off to the high school court. Deer Park hosting West Valley. Ashlyn Bryant gets the easy steal, drive, and layup. No trouble to start the game up 2-0. Ashlyn Kassinger on the same end replies with a perfect 3-pointer. Lady Stags are sprinting off to a 12-0 lead. But it gets even bigger. Emma Bryant follows another quick-fire tray. 16-0 Deer Park. What a start. And the defense, otherworldly too. Berlin Zimmer earns a Stag steal right outside the paint. Gets the rock to fall in. 28-0 start. West Valley did get on the board, though, this period. Cassie Brooks from downtown's good. 28-3 at the end of the first. Deer Park wins with ease, 71-28. Off to the Valley of the East Valley Knights hosting the Clarkston Bantams. Brady Flavahan wide open at the top of the key. East Valley extends their lead to 15. Phantoms back on the other end. Braxton Forsman with the quick moves inside. Ball kiss off the glass, in for 2 more. But the deep shot has been the bread and butter for the Knights tonight. Wallace Freights won't hesitate here. Lightning fast release. Flying true 13-point lead. And Vlahovic adds more to this bigger lead off the falling layup. But Clarkson ends up fighting well, making this one tight in the end. East Valley pulls it off 67-65. North Central and Rogers only separated by a few minutes drive, and Tyson Vogler gets this rivalry going well with a nice 3. We've seen him hit that plenty this season. Rogers biting back, hands work is great on the football field and on the hardwood. Pretty big and one right here. Rogers up by 5. And they're still rolling with Devontae Muhammad Jr. rolling inside for the layup. Just gets in with a lot of contact. Rogers still up by 5, and North Central 80 right. Easy 3 to get back in this one a little bit. North Central starting to make a little bit of a push. Fogrig, another on that 3. Phenomenal from outside. Rogers crawling back, still not doing too much later in this game. North Central ends up pulling off an impressive 69-63 win. 2 great teams there. A lot of great teams tonight. Really fun to watch all these high schools as they start to navigate this GSL schedule as we get really in the meat of it now.
Yeah, starting to see who's going to rise to the top. All right, Jack, thank you. We'll be right back.
Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KX.
Fred Meyer always gives you more ways to save, like low prices in every aisle. Plus, you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the app and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. Discover more ways to save big. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
This year, commit to fit and don't wish for it, work for it at Move Fitness.
Whether you're starting from the beginning or just wanting better results, Move Fitness has what you need to get the job done.
The best time to get the biggest year-end savings on used vehicles is this week at Findlay Honda Spokane during the year-end closeout, where you can delay payments plus get extra money for your trade-in.
Better selection, bigger savings, locally owned.
I'm Chad Young from the Easy Home Buyer, and I pay cash for houses. If you own a house and want to sell it fast for cash, call us today for your no-obligation as-is cash offer.
Call the Easy Home Buyer.
I'm coming in fast. First place, you coming in last. I'm hitting that gas. I'm hitting that. I'm coming in fast. First place, you coming in last.
So much on the line.
Walker's Furniture must sell all 2025 inventory immediately. So, this New Year's, for 26 hours only, get big store-wide discounts up to 70% off. Or leave your credit cards at home and take advantage of 0 money down, no minimum purchase, and 0 interest until 2031. Furnish every room of the house for less. This New Year's Eve through Monday at Walker's.
Fred Meyer always gives you more ways to save, like low prices in every aisle. Plus, you can clip and save more with digital coupons in the app and earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. Discover more ways to save big. Fred Meyer, fresh for everyone.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
It's the return of the Muppet Show.
That's right, baby. The Muppets are returning. Kermit, Miss Piggy, and the whole crew teaming up with pop star Sabrina Carpenter for a new special debuting next month. It'll be streaming on Disney Plus on February 4th, and it will also air right here on KXOY. This revival comes just ahead of the Muppet Show 50th anniversary this year. Disney says the special takes place at the original Muppet Theater.
Appointment television.
Yeah.
That is going to be great. Plan on some TV watching weather this weekend. It is going to be rainy off and on. Best chance to stay dry will be in the afternoon, Saturday and Sunday, but the mornings look especially wet.
Okay, now, Chris, you are planning to hit the slopes this weekend, even though conditions might not be ideal.
You know what? A bad day on the slopes beats a good day streaming shows any day.
At some point, you just got to get up and do it.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks so much for joining us here on 4 News Now Nightside. We hope you have a great first weekend of 2026, and we'll see you on Monday.